Hi, BiFFs.
Hey, Biff.
Dear Abby.
Dear Kiki.
Captain.
Red flag. Desperate housewife.
Pinot Grigio.
Doesn't want to marry you.
Power.
Love you like I
One
love
more
you.
wine.
Don't
Talk to yourself.
Cheers, Biff.
Cheers.
Ill-advised.
Ill-advised. This is ill-advised. Hey, BiFFs.
Welcome to Ill-advised.
The podcast where two lifelong friends tell you what to do even though someone else already did.
And not your mom.
Or your dad.
Well, also them. But
Right.
someone else also.
Some stranger that you wrote to because they write a column and we're pilfering through them going like, this is good shit.
This is great shit.
So now we put our little spin on it with a little comedic relief. Most
Hopefully.
times. I'm Ray.
Stephanie.
We're the Biffs, and you're our Biffs. So we're a
Yes.
whole family over here.
Yes.
And welcome to episode 3.
Yay. Welcome
Yeah,
back.
That's right. Or welcome for the first time.
Welcome back.
We are having mimosas this time. We've decided to kind of ditch the straight up wine life because
our insides were dying.
they were dying. I don't remember the last time I drank this much. Like we did this
Literally,
weekend.
this
Like
was
it's an anomaly. It's not normal.
right.
You know,
We were like thinking we're teenagers again.
Right.
Meanwhile, we're
Usually-
dying.
Usually we're like in front of the TV, enjoying a glass of wine, having conversation. And now all of a sudden we're like, why don't we put a straw in this bottle?
Did you bring 2 bottles?
Let's Lady the Tramp this fucking Cabernet Sauvignon right now.
No, Cabernet Franc.
Franc. This time we're doing a sparkling wine, right, Beth?
Yes. It sounded tasty and refreshing.
Yeah, and it's definitely different. We're feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, I like it.
So it's, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Mango.
No.
Mango orange juice.
It's a mango orange juice, simply orange, right?
Yes.
Of course, let's give them credit because they
Pulp
make
free.
the best orange juice.
They do.
And I don't even like orange juice, so
You don't.
I don't. I never have.
I do.
And
Mango.
the sparkling
Mango.
The
Mango.
sparkling wine that we have is a cava from Freixenet. F-R-E-I-X.
Don't look at me like I'm gonna know.
E-N-E-T. It's a cava.
Freixenet.
It says Cordon Negro. I'm going to say black label. I don't know. Maybe I'm right. And that's because it plays into the Italian roots or into the Latin roots for black. For every language but English.
Jesus.
It's so weird. So
Although we didn't try it by itself, so we can't.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I like this one. That's why I went and grabbed it.
Oh, you've
Not
had it
just
before.
Because, right. Not just because they have a giant bottle that's affordable.
Yeah,
but
it was $1 cheaper than the bottle I was going to grab.
that I think is like the generic brand.
Yep.
Yeah, right? The Martini A Rossi, Rosso, something
that-
like that. Yeah.
It's a big bottle?
Mhm.
Oh, I thought it was something else.
Yeah, that was the one that you were looking at.
Oh.
It was $1 cheaper. This one tastes better to me because it's a cava.
Good to know.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's all I got for you, though, because I don't know anything else about this shit. I don't even know if there's got a vintage, but it was established in 1861, so that's how old this is.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn, Daniel.
I want to apologize for last week's episode where we sounded like we were on something.
Oh.
And we were.
Yeah.
We were on 2 hours of sleep.
Literally.
We were exhausted. We
Yeah,
really
but I
tried
said
to.
that. I even said, like, we're not even drunk.
Right.
No, we're just genuinely.
But it wasn't until I was
exhausted.
listening to it while I was like,
There was
doing
a
my meal
couple
prep and
rough
cleaning and
parts.
stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, wow. I'm like,
Sound better drunk.
could you guys please do a line?
We sound better drunk.
Yeah. We're funnier drunk. We don't shut the fuck up when we're drunk.
True.
Because we have, 90-minute podcasts that we don't post.
A lot of them.
Yes. No yawning, Biff. We had this conversation.
I don't know. It's
Don't make me
'cause
name another episode after your face.
Fuck off.
Okay. So I was listening to the podcast while I was meal prepping and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like, I could see if we needed to make any further
Yeah.
edits, and we do. However, my mom was
Naturally.
listening.
Goddamn Gratis.
She was listening while I was cooking. She was next to me. And you were saying, like, along the lines of talk to yourself like you talk to your friends.
Yeah.
Right? To give yourself some respect. And, like, you would never tell your friend you're a fat fuck, you're this, you're
Right.
that. Like, the way that you would say something to yourself to bring yourself down.
Yeah.
And you're like, just don't fucking talk to me like that or something like that. And so my mother goes, she laughs and she goes,
I can't wait.
I will fucking talk to you like that. I'll slap you in the face, bitch. You're welcome.
I love that this came after your fish tank story. Just to give a little bit of insight on Gratis.
Oh, I told you, right? I was like, Mom, I'm so sorry. In this episode, I call you a psycho. And she's like, why? I was like, because you punched through a fish tank. She's like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
At least she wasn't like, why did you put it up there?
Right?
That's what I was like waiting.
I was waiting for, like, that's my life. And I want to be like, it was mine.
Asshole.
Mine was on the line.
Or that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. Oh, that's a good one. Foreign parents are really good with that. Oh my God.
Whatever, Gratis.
Whatever, Gratis.
Bitch. Slap me in the face.
Do it. I
Is
want
that
to
what
see
she
you guys
said?
brawl. Yeah.
I would never brawl with Gratis. And I'm
No.
not scared of people.
No. It's she's got something sinister brewing beneath the surface.
Yes.
It's scary.
She's like I'm not even going to touch you. I'm just going to look at you and you're going to run away.
And you're gonna burn a fucking
Yeah.
She burns a hole in you. She just gives you that stare.
I love her.
It's
so fucking
terrifying.
much.
And Wyatt says I do the same thing to him. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I learned it.
Well, sorry, not sorry, Wyatt.
But I'm not burning a hole in my mom. No, hell no.
Oh, no.
Hell no.
No, 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 no.
No. I'll never touch that.
Have a good days. Great success.
Oh my God.
Ah.
How you doing, Beth?
I'm well. I mean, I could be better if I'm being perfectly honest, but I'm hanging in there.
I think I feel you on that.
Yeah. I'm not great, but I'm not terrible. So
But we have this to look forward to. And
I do love this. This
I do
has
too.
been a very uplifting.
yeah, a motivating experience. Because
yeah,
I'm feeling like
I
I'm
guess I
doing
could
better
say
in other
motivating.
areas of my life where I've been lacking.
I can get that.
You right?
I can
So-
dig it.
So I think it's a good time.
Minus I'm doing this instead of homework.
Right.
But
You
I
got till
prefer
midnight.
this. I do have till midnight. I do.
I'm a terrible friend.
I often am pushing that.
Right. That deadline. Like,
Yeah, so it's not
are
really
we talking
the
like
podcast.
12 or 12 0 minutes 0.01?
I've pushed it and knock on wood so far, haven't been docked.
Oh,
Not good.
okay. Well, you're not going to be docked tonight because you'll be done before 11.
I'll take that.
That's right.
So tonight we got some potentially good conversation.
Fascinating conversation.
Yes. This is from littlevillagemag.com. It is, where did I say? Iowa?
Iowa?
Yes, Iowa. It is Dear Kiki. I think it's kind of geared more towards. You got an ice cube in that one, Biff?
I had to spit it back out because I realized I was making noises with it by the microphone. It was such a little piece. I'm like, just melt.
I didn't hear anything until I saw and then heard the kink clink back into the glass.
It's clean water. It's fine.
It's tap water. It's not clean.
Shut up.
That's freaking awesome.
Okay, you're good.
So this is Dear Kiki at littlevillagemag.com.
Hit me with the kiki.
I think these are more like, they all seem to be
A little bit more risque.
stemmed around like sex and relationships types of,
Excellent.
instead of like
I love
work
it.
stuff. Like this seems more geared towards
Yeah, hit me with all the leather and the chastity belts. I mean, I won't
like
wear one.
BDSM.
Yeah, badum.
What if your grandma asked about it?
Is that one? That's one of them, right? I'm
That
so
is-
excited.
My grandma won't stop asking about BDSM.
We're totally holding off on that one, though.
We are.
What's the
Sorry.
first one we're doing?
We are doing Dear Kiki, I think my friend's husband is trying to start an affair.
Ooh, Jerry.
Literally,
I only
Jerry.
said 2 because if you say it 3 times, I guess where it's copyright.
Take him on. What?
I don't know. I was just making shit up.
I was like, you're way too technical now. Okay, so dear Kiki, one of my best friends was recently married to a wonderful man who I think is a perfect fit for her. Although he's very shy, after the wedding, he began reaching out to me via Facebook Messenger in order to, as I first assumed, get to know me better. However's are never good.
However is never good, and she's already implying.
However, the conversation on his end soon shifted from typical banter to topics that make me feel uncomfortable, such as statements about his endowment, quote unquote, questions about my sexual history, and requests for advice regarding his personal sex life. Many of these messages arrive out of the blue while he's at work or after his wife has gone to bed. I have no feelings for him other than those of a friend. I've always tried to be nice and understanding while subtly shifting the conversation back to his wife or onto other topics. He has explicitly asked that I keep our chats confidential. Well, here's your first sign. Including from his new wife, which has also begun to worry me.
So wait, this new wife is her best friend? Or a friend?
Yeah, I think my friend's husband is trying to start an affair. Excuse me. Is he trying to start an affair? I want to believe that it's nothing or that he's simply lacking a guy friend to ask those types of questions. Don't be naive. I'm afraid that revealing our conversations might jeopardize both our friendship and their marriage. What should I do? Sincerely, unmarried counselor.
I have a question.
Go.
And this question isn't for you, but it's to that person. When in that conversation at all did you say stop? I need to ask that because that's a very important part. Did she say anything about that?
There was a mention of oh, that's the answer.
Because that's huge. That's like a big that matters.
It just says, I've always tried to be nice and understanding while subtly shifting the conversation back to his wife or on to another topic. So it does not sound like there's a blatant...
Direct. Please stop. I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Yes.
You're
fucking married, bro.
Right. My friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that.
So that's a very important thing. So that's where it's going to backfire on her.
Yeah.
But... she also didn't take any action. So right here is like a flip of a coin, right?
That was like, sometimes guys don't take subtlety.
Right. Or the defense is that like she never said no.
Right. Like you could have told me to stop.
It's just an excuse sometimes.
You could have told me to stop.
And then it becomes the female's fault.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it's not. Just a statement across the board. If your man cheats on you, it's not the other person's fault.
Whether she knows he's married or not.
Right. It's his fault.
Oftentimes they don't know.
The most.
But there's definitely people out there that don't care if they're married or not.
Right.
However, they wouldn't be able to bang your husband.
Exactly.
If your husband wasn't.
Right. And sure, it doesn't make her the most stellar human being, but that's another story.
Yeah, this is not her fault at all.
No.
Also, it can be scary sometimes to tell a guy to no or to... That can be intimidating.
Really?
We don't know how...
I've never been in that position. So.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of like... You know the guys that are constantly messaging you and you're like ignoring them and then it turns into like, fine, fuck you, bitch. Like, I didn't want to talk to your fat ass anyway. You know what I mean? And why haven't even... like the ego. Your ego's bruised. So now it's like attack mode. And it's like, it can be intimidating sometimes.
And disgusting.
Especially if like
disgusting.
You're friends with this guy's wife. Like, I don't want no beef. I don't want no heat. It can be scary to be like, look, I feel uncomfortable. It just can be. So I
kind of empathize on that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a little
Although
sense.
myself, I'm more of a, bruh, shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
you're more direct.
I'm about to tell your wife right now.
Yeah. Here's your one and only chance.
But, right. Do it again, and this is getting screenshot. But there's a lot of...
But that's also what this person has to offer, too. If you feel uncomfortable and you think that it's your... I don't think... This is a circumstantial thing, right? How close are you with this friend? Is this person somebody that you're actually worried about? It seems like it.
They do say, I'm afraid that revealing our conversations might jeopardize both our friendship and their marriage. I'm assuming friendship with the wife.
Right. But
I don't think with this.
Well, both friendships, I figured he meant with both of them. Jeopardize both our friendships with her and him.
Oh, I assumed jeopardize our friendship like with the wife.
Okay.
Because if I tell the wife, your man's trying to mac.
Well, I mean, let's think about it this way. If you're married with someone, if you and I got married, not you and I got married, if you got married to someone and...
You were friendly with them.
I wasn't. Because I pretty much, let's say I caught him cheating or caught him like talking to someone and I showed you, like you and I will still be best friends, but it'll keep us from spending that much more time together because in this theory, you're not leaving this person. You're giving this person another chance who resents me for knowing.
Yeah, that's my husband, not my boyfriend.
Right.
So it's not just a, bro, we're done.
Right. So that's a different story. But like when you're trying to preserve the friendship, if you lose one or the other, you kind of get a little sidetracked. You get a little bit like lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I understand preserving the friendship with both of them, but one of them is not interested in a friendship. One of them sounds like they're clearly interested in getting their dick wet.
Yeah, cheating ass motherfucker.
Right.
And if he's doing it to his wife's friends,
right? Who
Lord
else
knows exactly.
Who else?
Exactly.
So, and you have the screenshots of the conversations to help prove your case. It's not going to be a case of he would never do that. No, he did do it.
I am very curious though. Are you not being direct? Because
that's what my first question was.
You're kind of liking the attention, maybe? And
it's a very real possibility.
Or are you just like one of those super sweet people that like zero confrontation? Right. I'm just really a nice person and I'll shit my pants if I have to like confront someone. Because I think that kind of makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it does.
You have to ask yourself why you're not being direct. Because are you afraid if you're direct, he's going to stop talking to you? Is that the end of the world?
So what is her real question is
what should I do? She said, I'm afraid that revealing our conversations might jeopardize both our friendship and their marriage. What should I do?
My thought is it depends on where your friendship is with this person. I think it's important enough that you're asking for advice on it. So you're jeopardizing the friendship right now by not saying anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's important. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're not telling your newly married friend that her husband is probably not faithful.
Right. So the flip side of this is she finds out and goes to her friend and goes, why didn't you tell me if you didn't do anything?
Right. You knew.
You knew what he was doing. You were part of it. I don't know that you didn't go and meet him up at...
You didn't tell him to stop.
Right. You didn't tell him to stop. That's not even alluded to here. It's just...
No,
I just veered him a little bit left.
Right. I've always tried to be nice and understanding while subtly shifting the conversation. What are you trying to be understanding about?
Yeah, there's nothing to understand.
His sex
other
life?
That he's
well endowed.
Right. Well, I mean, high five. But that's not the understanding part is, yeah, maybe he's having some issues and maybe you can guide him on how to interact with his friend. But in no world should you know about his dick, how big it is, like where...
Especially coming from him. If his wife, your friend, is talking to you about these things, great. But not the fucking husband. Your loyalty is to his wife, not him.
Is that true? Is that... Were they friends first?
It says my friend's husband is trying to start an affair.
Yes, it implies it, so I'm going to go with it too.
That was, yeah. Like... A, you shouldn't be entertaining these conversations. B, you should not be not disclosing this to your friend.
Right. So to kind of absolve
And
or
C,
try to absolve your involvement or like your, I guess involvement's right?
Yeah.
The real thing to do is, here's what it is. This is what's going on. And if she doesn't believe you, that's when you present the conversations. I think
because if you're not engaging back, you're not going to lose your friendship.
But if you're not saying anything, you're participating.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
The longer you wait and the more you let these conversations continue.
But I meant on both sides. I meant like, yeah, oh, that's what you just said. Okay, never mind. I'm on you.
Yeah.
I'm on with you. So, yeah, we're on the same page.
Yeah, what should I do? Tell the friend, right?
Tell the friend.
And stop fucking engaging with this person.
And if you lose both of them, then
obviously can't have a conversation. He's not trying to be your friend. He's not trying to be your friend.
It doesn't sound like it at all.
No.
There's no good faith effort to be your friend. There's every effort to just get you in bed.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, because he even talks about his endowment. Hello.
We don't care.
This is your first sign.
Imagine if one of your boyfriends came to me and started talking. I mean, it's a totally different approach and story altogether. But like,
you get all the pretty dicks.
Dicks. But imagine.
I would be so fucking pissed if A, you didn't cuss him out, and B, tell me instantly.
I wouldn't say anything. I would just screenshot the conversation and forward it.
Send it. Yep.
I'd be like, here you go, Biff. Take care of it.
Including you'd screenshot the conversation of you being like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm screenshotting this right the fuck now.
I wouldn't say a word. I would just screenshot, send, and you can deal with it.
Chew the fuck out.
I don't need to because you're worse than I am.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that's the only right answer, is to tell this guy where to go and instantly tell his fucking wife.
Yep. Agreed.
Period.
Kiki says,
hopefully that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Dear unmarried counselor, let's forget for a second that this man is your good friend's husband. Is he initiating conversations that make you feel uncomfortable? And is he asking you not to tell anyone about them? I figured out about that part. That's a big fucking red flag.
That's a huge red flag, but it doesn't matter. The other red flag was, here's what my penis looks like.
Yeah. That is not okay in and of itself. That is unacceptable behavior. If he is indeed simply turning to you in the absence of any other friend, I don't know why I am hooked on phonics right now.
Because it's okay to have
I need sleep. That's an
issue with phonics.
Yes, it is. Yes,
I have them.
Okay. If he is indeed simply turning to you in the absence of any other friend to turn to, that would require that he considers you as a friend. In which case, the last thing he should want to make you is uncomfortable. Call his bluff. Make your discomfort known to him unequivocally. If he persists, then he is not being an awkward friend. He's being emotionally abusive and manipulative. I know your instinct is to protect your friend and her marriage, but this is a case where you need to put your own oxygen mask on first.
Ooh.
Forget what he may or may not be trying to do. Forget any desire to be nice to him. Be forthright instead. You deserve to have your mental and emotional space honored. Enact clear boundaries that any good friend would willingly respect. And in the case that in case he is just friendliness, and awkward, have the names and numbers of a couple of good therapists on hand so you can suggest an alternative to his choice of turning to you with his questions. And counselor, I'm sorry to say this, but keep the chat transcripts for a while anyway, until you see how this pans out, because there is a worst case scenario here, and that's him taking your healthy boundaries as rejection, reacting with anger, and attempting to come between you and your friend as retaliation. In that instance, you have my full permission to go nuclear. Tell your friend the whole story, show her your evidence, be prepared that she might not believe you, and then step back and wait to catch her when she falls away from him, whether that be in a night, a month, a year, or a decade. XO Kiki.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But there's a portion of it that I don't love.
Yeah, because I didn't feel like Kiki was saying, tell your fucking friend.
Right. Kiki was saying, like, if he really just wants counsel,
Tell him to go
in the
find
right
a
direction.
therapist.
Which actually, if she genuinely felt that way, but she's asking this question because she doesn't feel that way.
He's not asking her for counseling.
Right. He's asking her to sit on his face.
Yeah, indirectly. I have a huge dick. BT dubs.
Yeah.
My new wife, your friend, doesn't have sex with me as often as I want, or doesn't
Or
like
maybe
those
she does,
weird,
and it's just
freaky
not enough.
positions. Or I just want to fuck everyone because I'm an unfaithful dick.
I love her, but I like you. Like, fuck off.
You look like you'd be way more fun time.
Right. What? It's not one of those quarter slot horse machines.
Oh, yeah, horse.
Horse.
Heavy on the whore.
But yeah, that's the part I'm not totally in agreement with. I do like that she took the readers, and I didn't think about our response either, because we were ready to look at the reader and say, or the writer, and say, no, protect yourself, protect your innocence. But we didn't say, like, protect your mental health. You know, that was the one thing she said in there early on that I was kind of like, okay.
You deserve to have your mental and emotional space honored.
Yeah. Like, kind of.
Because it's heavy to know that your friend's husband is a fucking
Yeah.
cheating piece of shit. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
And we didn't consider that. In fact, we jumped to the point, like, if you don't, it's your fault. Like, not
like you're a shitty
directly.
friend.
And that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to put the blame on the woman, you know?
Exactly.
Because it's not.
This isn't
You're
her
asking
fault.
a question because
isn't
you're
her
uncomfortable. If you have to ask the question, then you know the answer.
A lot of people struggle with the fucking
Fanning their
confrontation.
faces. That one.
I was trying to get you in the same wavelength.
I can't. There's a
Fanning my
microphone
face.
in my way.
Well, that's why my hand was a little bit awkward because I was going around the mic. Yeah, people struggle with, and that's a good point for me because I'm very outspoken. I don't struggle with confrontation. I'm gonna tell you how I feel when I'm feeling it, how I'm feeling it, and why I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
like with
me too.
zero hesitation. But a lot of people aren't like that.
No.
A lot of
No,
people
I wasn't
are
like
very
that. As far as I've known
nervous
you, you've always been that way.
Yeah, I was
Me, I
piece
was
of
not.
shit in high school.
No, but that's different.
Mm.
Confrontation and how you acted are two totally different stories. You just weren't afraid to say what
I was
you
looking
wanted.
for confrontation.
Well, that's different. That's a whole other
That's why I said I was a
topic.
piece of shit.
But what I'm saying is, like, you never had
I've
an
always
issue voicing your
expressed my-
discontent
yeah,
or
my
something
feelings.
that bothered you. Right.
If I'm angry, I'm gonna tell you I'm angry.
No, you're
Fine.
going to show them you're angry.
Ugh.
Back of that, now you tell them.
And then sometimes shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But I don't.
I didn't love Kiki's.
I think Kiki
Advice?
took like I don't think I hated it. I think Kiki took like what do you call it? A tiered approach. You know, went from base level. Here's the middle part. Maybe let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say maybe he does need some real counseling. And if that doesn't work, when we know it's not going to, then we're like, let's go nuclear. So I kind of get it. Kiki took the steps where we're just like, no, A to Z.
Well,
Fuck this.
I just am really disliking the part where it sounds like she's not even saying to like tell your friend. Unlike worst case scenario.
Oh, right.
Because she even says like, oh, like I know you want to protect your friend, you know, but protect yourself first.
Right.
But I feel like it doesn't say. Like the very last thing she says is then
If that
tell
doesn't
your
work,
friend.
then tell your
right.
friend. Yeah, that's what I meant though. It was like tiered approach, like start low, keep going up if you need to, and then like.
I mean, but
destination.
regardless of.
Yeah, I think
You just fucking tell your friend.
What
She's
happens
married.
when something comes up and she finds out that he cheated on her
With
it
a whole
wasn't
other
with you,
woman because
and,
he's clearly
and you could
talking
have
to.
said something.
Yeah.
Not talking about weighing on your own conscience. Like, Yeah. No, you just go right for the kill, my friend.
Yes, that's how I feel.
I think I agree with you.
Like, you don't have to be...
I like that there was the consideration for the middle of it. Maybe give him the benefit of the doubt. You know?
I think we're past the benefit of the doubt. He's talking about his dick size.
Yeah, that's absolutely...
Like, it sounds like anytime that he's talking to her, it becomes sexual in some way.
Yeah,
he's not fucking trying to be your friend. He's not looking for a shoulder to lean on.
He literally just wants to put it somewhere.
Just, and you're not telling him no, so he's continuing.
Right.
Again, not your fault.
You're just like, oh, how was your day?
Right.
How was your day? No.
Right.
No, it should be like, haha, this is really good. I just sent this to your wife.
And or if you're not comfortable with confrontation, block him.
Right.
And
no, don't block him. Because depending on what you have for contact, you'll get rid of it. Okay, much better. Thank you.
Screenshot and then block him. Like, we got it. Not everybody is about to be like, brah.
Yeah.
Your man's a cheating ass motherfucker.
Yeah, there are so many reasons why you wouldn't.
Like, of course you want to be sensitive to that situation.
But there's so many more reasons why you would. And in most cases should.
Hello, what if it was you?
Right?
And you're just married.
If you never told me and I never told you.
And you're just living happily ever after. Mind you, this guy's talking about his dick all over the internet and texting.
Yeah.
And you have no clue?
Yeah.
But your friend knows?
Right.
No.
That
sucks.
It's not okay.
That fucking sucks. Yeah. I don't care how you tell me. Just fucking tell me.
Yeah, like be a Biff.
Literally, be a Biff.
I think that's the best advice I've ever given in my life. Be a Biff.
Be a Biff.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
that was a good one, Biff.
Yeah.
Passions ran high. I'm a little sweaty, actually.
I'm feeling like a very loyal friend right now. God damn it.
God damn it. Loyal friends don't make microphones make sounds.
Punch the table.
You did.
Because I want to punch this guy.
We can't.
With the big endowment.
We're talking like 1 million, 2 million.
I don't know. Ask fucking Becky with the good hair, apparently.
Bex. Oh my God, that's good.
Oh, that was good. I need a refill, Biff.
Okay, let's do it. Ding. You've been refilled.
I think so.
Me too.
You too. And me too.
And me too and you too. Okay. What do you got next?
I have
a story.
Dear Kiki.
What year is this one from? Same year?
No, this one is 2021.
Ooh.
Oh, cutting it close.
Mm-hmm.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding?
Who sings that, Beth?
Drake.
Drake.
I was going to say Draki.
Draki.
Dear Kiki.
All rights, Drake.
Yeah. Drizzy.
Drizzy Drake.
Drizzy Drake. And Kiki. With the bad hair.
Yeah. No.
Becky got the good hair.
Oh. Well, Kiki doesn't have bad hair. We don't know that.
We don't know that Becky got good hair.
That's true.
God.
But Kiki, you give advice, so let's go with that.
Medication improved our mental health, but killed our libido.
And
how do we get the spark back?
That's it?
That's the question. What do you mean that's it?
That's the whole question?
Medication improved our mental health, but killed our libido. How do we get our spark back?
Literally, there's nothing else.
What else is there going to be?
I honestly...
How do we get our spark back?
I thought we were going to go down some psychological rabbit hole.
Maybe for the answer, but not the question. Yeah. Like, hey, we're not psycho anymore, but we're also not boning.
So full disclosure, we kind of... would you think this would be a good one to talk about? And I'm like, yeah, I can totally relate. I'm like, no. My spark died, and I was like, stay there.
Why?
I think I was just unhappy where I was, and I needed a way out, and this helped.
You needed a way out?
Of my relationship.
Oh.
Yeah. But it wasn't something that was... It wasn't something I was conscious about, right? Yeah. It was very like
subconscious.
something. It was a result of the medication that I took, which now I take as an as-needed basis, on an as-needed basis. That felt better.
Yeah.
And
At needed.
At needed, because it's my, what I call don't give a fuck pill.
Oh, you do often mention
It's my best friend.
that one.
And I don't take it very often, as much as I talk about it. I don't take it very often.
Dick.
I,
Be a good Biff.
Are we talking about dick, or are we talking about...
I'm your best friend is what we're talking about.
Oh, I'm so bad at
that's
taking
why
hints.
I said dick.
Okay, you're my best friend, but my pill's a very close second.
Your pill's like a supportive cousin, okay?
Yeah.
I punched the table again.
Did you hear it? No, I was taking a medication because my anxiety had increased. I was in grad school and there were a lot of changes and uncertainties in my life. And I took this medication, and honestly, I just felt like the medication went like, I took Buspirone or Buspar, and the medication was pretty much like, this is who you are. I was like, okay.
Like, he was a motherfucker.
Right.
And
So I
we
took
don't
it.
care.
And now I have my daily anxiety pill, but when the anxiety gets like
Excuse me.
a little bit too much, I take the edge off with one of those, which I really don't use as often as I should.
Oh, so this isn't like a antidepressant.
Well, it was. So I was taking it as, it is an SSRI, as far as I remember.
Oh.
And I was taking it regularly.
But it helps also with like the
Anxiety.
instant type of like panic attacks?
Apparently. Maybe it's a higher dose now. I don't know.
Interesting.
It was remarkable. And now I just have an anxiety attack at work.
So it helped you feel better mentally.
I feel more
Killed your
relaxed
sex
when I
drive?
take it. Yes.
But you didn't care because
I didn't want to have sex
medicine.
anyway. Right.
you gave no fucks.
So I was like, I didn't
That
give
was
fucks. I
super
didn't take
interesting.
fucks. There was no fucks.
Super, super interesting.
All the fucks off the table.
Yeah.
And
Because
then
I
the
can
relationship
relate.
did, as a result of this,
Drowned.
it went. It's gone.
So do you think, looking back, hindsight's 2020,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that it was actually the lack of physical intimacy, or since you were subconsciously trying to figure out a way to get out of this
No,
relationship?
I was consciously trying to figure out a way out of this relationship.
Oh, right. I guess I meant subconsciously using, like continuing.
Right. So, no, I never
So like you were putting it out there that like you don't want to be in this relationship, which I imagine would have an impact whether
right.
you're having
So
sex or not having
I guess
sex.
by like not acknowledging that lack of sex drive when I was having sex like regularly, right, with said partner, by like taking this medicine, I guess I'm subconsciously going like, all right, well, too bad, so sad.
Right.
You know?
Sorry, it's not me, it's my meds.
Right. And in the end of it, I was, the conversations actually got pretty heated toward the end of the relationship.
But I'm probably not wording this right. My question is like, in addition to the lack of the sexual intimacy,
Mm-hmm.
do you think also your feeling of like, I want to leave this relationship but don't know how, right? Like your effort with the relationship obviously shifts and changes.
So that's a really good question. And I want to say that was a byproduct that I was not intending to produce. Does that make sense? Essentially, I wasn't ready to do it at that moment, but I knew it was coming. I was I wanted to do it. I just wasn't ready to do it. But because of this,
Because the medicine helped you feel like, I just don't
the
care
medication,
right now.
you're right. So my medication's like,
So
I don't
you're
care
like,
about you. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. I don't
So
care.
this is the time and place.
And
We're doing
is-
this today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't make that conscious effort either. That just happened. Like I knew that I wanted the relationship. I knew the relationship was done. Right. And we just got into blowout after blowout over the stupidest things. But that's a whole other story, that relationship.
Yeah.
I hope you're well. I hope you're living a fantastic life, and I hope you're happy, because he's
Amen.
a great human being, but just, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I think the medication kind of just like brought out the part in me.
Crutch?
No.
Yeah.
No. The medication, you mean, or the relationship?
No. Did you use the medication as a crutch to not handle? Oh, I don't want to assume things. I don't know that you didn't handle the end of the relationship properly or not. But
No, I think it was a pretty
where
good
you pretty much
end.
kind of gave up.
I think I was ready to give up before that. I think the relationship.
Well, that's what I mean. You used the meds to like.
No, not consciously. So maybe not consciously.
Okay, gotcha.
I didn't say like the medication's telling me like bye.
Well,
Right. But like,
yeah.
But
you
I
weren't
had
looking
so many
to
things on my plate at that time, on top of like trying to navigate how to move forward in this relationship if I wanted to move forward at all. That when I took the medication is just like, you know what you want, bro. But it wasn't something that was like,
right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't
In
like
your
some
face.
big, like radiating
Right.
epiphany. It was, here's where you are. Now take this pill so you can get here.
Yeah.
Right.
To a little booster.
Right. And it just organically deteriorated, I would say.
Just a whole bunch of.
Yeah. It was thing after thing after thing.
Yeah. You can't say with or without something it would have changed anything.
No, we were so young and we tried to make it so long. Like we did almost 8 years. We were very close.
Yeah.
It just didn't.
So young.
It wasn't
at
meant
like
to
what
be.
Age?
What?
So young, like how old?
I was 19. He was 21.
Oh yeah.
And then
that's definitely
by
figuring
the time
out the
we were
world.
there, he was in his late 20s, and I was, obviously only 2 years younger, but mid 20s because youthfulness lasts forever.
Okay.
And I mean, it's not a bad thing. This relationship was not. It was supposed to end for the both of us. We were both feeling some sort of resentment, and
it's either a blessing or a lesson.
And there was some toxicity there. I hear he's doing well. I haven't asked, but from what's going on in the world.
Good.
Yeah. So, but.
Yeah, should I read the question?
I didn't try.
Just kidding.
To get that spark. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't. Oh,
that's what I was going to say. Is that I can relate.
There was a conversation about this medication.
About the lack of the.
Right.
Okay.
And rather than just be like,
let's try a different med.
It's the buspirone. Well, I mean, it would just be like, oh, it's my medication, which is true. It's like, it leads to it, obviously.
But that's what I mean. Instead of like, let's try a different medication.
Right. And then it got pushed, and the envelope got pushed, and the envelope got pushed. And then.
About like getting a new medication.
About being intimate in general.
Oh, right.
Sex, all of it.
Yeah.
And it got pushed too far. And rather than just be like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I said, because I don't want to be with you anymore.
Fair enough.
We're stuck. We're not going anywhere.
And they agreed?
And that was the end of it. Well.
Or was it
after a little while, yes. It was like.
Didn't want to admit it, maybe? They didn't want to acknowledge? Or they just weren't where you were?
Well, he kind of like took off. Like went to his parents' house, was there for like a week. And came back and was like,
after you said, I don't want to be with you? Okay.
I was like, I think we should break up. And I was like, yeah, I think we should too.
Well, after I'm telling you I don't want to be with you, here's your sign.
I was like, I think we should too. And it wasn't the best time to do it. But I have, and I'm sure he has, but I've been afforded so many good blessings afterwards. And I've been able to recognize my shortcomings with him.
Yeah,
but that's only because
it's a blessing or a lesson.
Well, yeah, and I've been able to go to therapy and realize, and
growth.
And
also, you're not 21 anymore,
right? And I wasn't the best partner for sure. Like toward the end, I wasn't. I'm going to be very honest. There was no way I could be, but I also wasn't a subordinate, and that's how I felt. I didn't report to anybody.
Right.
He didn't ask for that. I want to make that very clear. He didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
But it just felt like I was constantly trying to prove myself to my boss. It just didn't feel
sucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
it does. It super sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to get the spark back. I'm sure he would agree. So how do we get the spark back is what I don't have.
Yeah,
the answer
because
to.
I feel like my story's opposite than yours.
Oh,
Is that
go.
I started Prozac, and it was like 10 days in, and I was like, what the hell? I'm not horny. It's taking me an hour to orgasm if I can. Like, this doesn't work. And I immediately called my therapist and I said, this doesn't work. I can't be going through the personal things that I'm going through and not have an orgasm. That
Right.
doesn't work.
You can't shut down either. And you can't afford to shut down.
Like, that doesn't work. Right. I need a medication, but I also need to have an orgasm because let's be real.
Right. Let's be real. If I'm going to do the one thing that brings me joy, I just want to explode on the inside.
Yes. Like, God damn it. Before I have to go deal with life, I want an orgasm every morning. So whether
Every
it's on my own or
morning.
with
Right. Whether I'm shoving a dresser in there.
a dresser.
Sorry. It was the first thing I looked at. It's right next to you.
Damn it, Biff. Be a good Biff.
Oh, Mack truck.
I'm just going to start punching the table every
Can
time you
someone make a t-shirt that says WOMP on it, please?
Just a
to
hand on a,
yes.
just a fist on a
fist
table.
with lines that make sounds. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah, like the sound.
Yeah, keep doing it, asshole.
So funny because you had no interest in fixing that side effect, whereas I immediately was like,
I'm about to motorboat my own
fuck
clitoris.
my life.
Yeah.
This, right, okay.
Is your dad listening?
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.
Oh, Seth
You're
hates
in your
us.
30s. No, Seth doesn't
I know,
hate
but
us. This was
nobody
a really
wants to-
short introduction.
Yeah, but Seth hates me talking about orgasms,
Like
as
he's
well
never
as
had
my
one.
father. My brother just had a child. Well, just had. She's...
Toma.
Okay, anyway. I'll read the question now.
Yeah,
we haven't even gotten to the question.
Well, I was asking you if that was the question. And I was like, that's it?
Oh.
You're such a dick this
that
whole
was
time.
the title.
I was like, that's the whole question. You're like, that's the whole question. I guess this is the end of the podcast where we decide we're going to communicate better.
I was
like, that's the whole
I was
question.
confused because I was like, what do you want?
I was like, I don't know. I'm not going to put the spark in there.
This was
Like,
the title. I'm dying right now. I genuinely was so
That's
confused.
the
Like, what the fuck do you
best.
want? Like, a 7-page title?
no, I wanted a 7-page question. No, I want like a paragraph question.
This is a healthy paragraph.
Go for it.
Now that
Are you guys done with this? Do you have any advice for this one?
Right.
Can we move
Now
on?
the discussion's done.
You know what? Just jump to the answer at this point. No, go ahead. Read the question.
Okay, Derek. That was the best
That's great.
fuck up we've
The
had
best
right
fuck
now.
up. You guys, we're keeping this in.
I'm a
I'm sorry if you're
relatively happily married 38-year-old artist, and my partner is also an artist and 38. We've been together for 10 years this spring, and we're about as normal as two artists can be. I don't know the emphasis on artists right now, but okay.
There's a bigger emphasis there, like community.
Yeah,
Right.
just like we need context here. We're artists. I'm an artist.
Artists.
He's an artist.
We're
He,
artists.
she, we artist.
Artisting.
Wumbo.
That's so great. We're fucking stupid. Oh,
Seth hates
you've been ill-advised.
Right. Cut now. Just end it.
We're done.
Just cut now.
Oh,
2 years ago, both of us were prescribed medication that really helped our depression and
Artistry.
anxiety. Seriously, these drugs have changed our lives for the much better. And at this time, we
I'm
can't
sorry.
imagine
Did you
life
say they
without
were
them.
prescribed the same? Or it
2
doesn't
years
say?
ago, both of us were prescribed medication that really helped
It's
our
okay.
depression and
Sorry.
anxiety.
Keep going.
Seriously, these drugs have changed our lives for the much better. And at this time, we can't imagine life without them. Unfortunately, as with most drugs of their kind, SSRIs, what we're taking has killed our libidos. We thought it would just be temporary, so we've stuck it out, but we're 2 years in and still nothing. Both of us are willing to try almost anything to get the spark back. I think we just need someone else to tell us what to do. So I thought I would ask you before we see a therapist. Flattered? Thanks for your awesomeness. Happy Dry Limp.
Oh my God.
Happy Dry Limp.
Oh my, that is the best sign off ever. You've been ill-advised. Happy Dry Limp.
Oh, God. So,
That's a
did we
consideration for
already
an
give
episode
our Happy Dry
Yes,
Limp?
it is.
I think we already gave our advice.
Just fucking break up. It's fine.
No, they're happy.
No, they're happy.
They're
honestly,
just not doing
my
it.
real answer is talk to your doctor about lowering your doses very slightly.
Or switching.
Or switching.
Other-
but in some cases, like medications work for people and the side effects are so minimal that a small tweak might actually change it.
I did hear that. I did hear lowering your dose, especially because they said 2 years they've been on this.
Oh, yeah. You can start weaning a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And
talk to your doctor.
That could make all the difference.
This is actually a medical question.
But they do have, oh no, this is 2019.
But I'm saying don't go to a therapist if you're feeling like this is a result of you guys love each other and that's where you want to go, but you're just not feeling it right now. Maybe your medication is to blame. So maybe tweak it. Talk to your doctors about not feeling it.
Because they said we thought it would just be temporary. Yeah, so we stuck it out. But we're 2 years in and it's still not.
I don't think it's a therapy thing. You guys want to work it out and you want to do it.
It's not therapy at all.
I mean, go to therapy.
They just said
it's
that.
great for
they're
everyone.
happy and they can't imagine
Yeah.
It's helped. It's changed our lives for the much better.
Still go to therapy anyway. I think everyone could benefit from it. But I think that your problem is not psychological. I think it's medical.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a very, very, very common side effect for specifically antidepressants.
Let's go with Keek's answer. What did Keek?
Dear Happy Dry Limp.
I'm sorry. There's no way to just swallow that. Sorry. No pun intended. No pun intended.
Okay. They need whatever meds you're on.
Orange juice with mango. And kava.
Mango.
I don't know what that was.
That was like a dying bird.
Keep going.
Dear Happy Dry Limp, congratulations on seeking and finding successful treatment for your depression and anxiety. That's huge. Happy, and I'm so proud of you both for taking that step to improve your lives and selves. And as I'm sure you both have realized, treating yourselves with care and kindness is the best thing you can do for your relationship and with each other. That diminished libido is one hell of a kicker, though, isn't it? Many SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, a common form of antidepressant.
Prozac, Buspar.
Yep, Prozac. Have the side effect. So the good news is that you're in well-explored territory. Although I am most definitely flattered that you would seek out my advice. My first piece of advice is going to be that yes, talking with a sex or couples therapist is a great next step for you. No, just the person who prescribed your meds.
That's what I think. I mean, maybe we're wrong.
A couples therapist?
Maybe we're wrong. Maybe they just need to reignite. Maybe the medication has kind of desensitized them from the things that make them connected. So maybe they just need to reconcile that. I'm vamping, but I think that might be a possibility. I'm no doctor, so I just have to go with it.
Sure, we'll go with it. I'm being good, Biff.
Good Biff, bad Biff.
I'm going to beat once again my drum of normalcy. Therapy isn't necessarily to fix what's broken. You and I and all of us as a society should think of it more as a gym for your self-awareness than a hospital.
Amen.
It's a wisdom workout.
Amen.
There's never a bad reason for going, and it doesn't mean that anything is wrong. Alternative magazines, advice columns might be more fun. I'd like to think so, but therapy shouldn't be a last resort. That said, there's always barriers. Not all therapies are covered by insurance. Not all people who seek therapy have insurance. And aside from money, therapy takes time that not all schedules can accommodate. So I'll give my advice column answer. With the Caveat?
Caveat.
Caveat. What the fuck is that?
With the... shit.
With the caveat that if you're able, you should use it in conjunction with therapy.
Like, if otherwise.
Okay.
Like...
I've never even seen this word.
But you know the word.
No.
You've never heard it? I'm literally going to have to look it up because I can't articulate.
My take? Do it anyway. Not feeling that massive rush of adrenaline that makes you want to tear
caveat
each
is like
other's clothes off. That's cool.
A warning or proviso of specific stipulations, conditions, or limitations. So there are a number of caveats which concern the validity of the assessment results.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Sure.
I always thought it was otherwise, but this makes sense. Limitations and conditions.
Plan your physical intimacy together. I know, right? How boring. Except that's what people with kids do. And that's what fancy jet-setting movie star couples who only get to see each other fleetingly between projects do. Pick a time and a place and forget about the spark. Coax the embers. You can find a new sensuality, a new intimacy that maybe wasn't available to you before. Go slow, relearn each other, and don't be afraid of toys, props, lotions, etc. Experiment, explore, discover what you like. Doing so together with someone you love and trust is a wonderful gift. Revel in it. XO Kiki.
I don't hate that.
I feel like it was.
I think that the medication, I think tackling medication should have been on that list and it wasn't.
I think I'm confused with like, why is nobody just talking to the psychiatrist or doctor that prescribed it?
Agreed.
The question literally said, medication improved our mental health but killed our libido.
Exactly.
It had nothing to do with like...
They didn't want each other anymore. Right. They had a falling out.
Like,
they literally were trying and
our antidepressant is working and
she was dry as a bone.
We can't have... Yeah, happy dry limp.
That's right.
She's dry as a bone and he can't get it up.
And they're both like ecstatic
and they're happy.
Otherwise. The caveat
but would
is...
still like to have sex.
The caveat of their happiness is...
And it's like, you don't need a therapist or a sex counselor.
Right.
Because literally it's a side effect of medication.
Well, maybe you do, but you haven't gone to the source yet.
But why do you need a couple's...
Well,
they're not saying anything about like, we're struggling in our marriage, we're struggling with this, we're struggling with that.
Maybe
it's
that's
like,
not necessarily
literally,
the case. Sometimes
we're both
you just
on
need to
fucking
rewire
meds.
your thoughts. But I'm not saying that
has nothing to do with a side effect of medication.
But we don't know that is...
They in no way, shape, or form disclosed any sort of...
Right, but they don't need to. What they're saying is they think their medication is doing this. And yes...
They didn't say we think. We said medication improved our mental health but killed our libido.
Maybe not.
Period.
Or maybe medication said it straight. We don't know. That's why I'm saying, like, go to your doctor. Go to the one who prescribed it, just like you're saying it.
Why isn't the first
But we also don't know that
just
therapy wouldn't tackle the same issue. We don't know that the medication's doing it or the medication's being like, this is not what you want.
In the question, there was no, like, hesitation of, like...
And since when did we let a question limit how we think?
Because they in no way, shape, or form said that they're not happy in their marriage. Matter of fact, they signed off as happy, dry and limp.
How many times have we said we were happy in a relationship and when it ended, we were high-fiving the world?
This doesn't hint anything about being unhappy in the relationship.
But we're not
literally saying, like, we're not... Right, we're reading what they wrote.
Right,
we don't have to be their friend.
What I'm saying is, no, stop.
I know.
What I'm saying is, we never 100% go off of what they say.
Don't.
If we did, no. I'm just trying to get a word in. What I'm saying is, like, we don't always have the full information
from a question,
and we never just go off of what's in the question ever.
No, I'm just saying there's. In no way have they alluded to, like, we don't know if it's us or the medication.
Right.
They literally said
it's just the medication.
But how do they know
if they haven't talked? That's where I'm at. Like,
because it sounds like there's no other issues other than I can't get my dick hard.
Like, sorry, I thought I was looking at our recording, and all of a sudden I have this weird, creepy picture that says caveat across it. So let me just change this. I think that this just
happily married 38-year-old. My partner's also an artist, 38 years old. We've been together for 10 years.
Maybe they're just unsatisfied being artists. Artists.
Maybe they're on Prozac and don't have a sex drive.
That works too.
Just
I know, but I'm with you on go talk to your doctor who prescribed it. I agree with you. I'm just saying psychiatry isn't outside of the realm of, I don't know. Does my arm doing this tell you what I'm trying to say?
Did this tell you what I was trying to say when I was waving my face?
Or when you pointed at me to say this is the episode name?
This one right here.
No. And actually, I'm keeping all of this in because people need to know that best friends disagree.
Yes, we do.
I think I agree with you that, yes, let's go. If you think that it's the medication, follow your instinct. Go to your psychiatrist, go to your doctor, whoever it is that prescribed it. Be like, could you possibly lower it so we can give it a shot? Or ask them about it. Is it safe to lower it? They know your situation. They know how you can handle medications,
right.
Whatever. And they know your medical history.
Is
it safe to wean down? I'm taking this. Should I stay at this? Right. I agree. There's so many chemical reactions and whatever. But I'm not saying that that's the only answer, is what I meant to say. So sorry if I wasn't communicating that the right way. I'm just saying, who's to say that psychological intervention might actually help?
No, I am all for, I'm all for.
Yeah, I know you are. I just think we were just
for this specific, it just was they were literally saying we're good except these meds.
Yeah.
That was all I was.
And my thought, I'm just kind of
we often don't have.
You think so, but maybe it's not.
We often don't have specific details to go off of. This one I felt was kind of more specific, where they said things are great. We can't picture our lives different,
right?
Except we can't have sex,
right?
So I guess,
and if that's where you noticed it, then I would go back to the medication to start. I totally agree.
Yeah, because that's actually a great start, because then you can lower your dose, switch the medication, whatever. And if there's still issues.
But I can't believe that wasn't a possibility from Kiki.
Well, that's why I said, why aren't we just like her? That was downstairs, my neighbor. Again. Hi, neighbors.
In this building.
We love to have fun here.
But I'm telling you,
never a dull moment.
You never know where it's coming from.
Literally never know where it's coming from.
And last night, downstairs. I was it's outside. And you're like, no, it's downstairs. I'm like,
probably
they're literally screaming on the front porch.
No, it's our TV, I think.
It was, because when I walked downstairs, I was like, can you turn it down? I don't need to know what Maria Elena and Arturo are doing.
I wish you would have asked her to turn it down.
I really thought about it.
That would have been amazing.
But it was 2:30 in the morning, and I know she wasn't awake. Better.
Yeah. Nobody can sleep over that television. Telemundo.
No. It was interesting. Very loud.
It was so loud. Also, I don't know Spanish yet, so I couldn't even enjoy the...
I remember growing up, my parents watching Spanish soap operas. They essentially are the same thing across the board, small differences, or maybe a tiny difference in the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Someone always dies. Someone gets shot. Someone gets framed.
Someone cheats.
Happily ever after.
Yeah.
And it's they're hour long, but the first half hour is the last half hour of the previous episode.
Gotcha.
So they're really watching a new half hour, but they're just previously on Yo Quiero Morir.
My sister's going to love that part. Yo quiero morir.
Yo quiero morir. Literally, I would never name a soap opera I Want to Die. But it sounds great in Spanish.
I was going to say, my sister would watch it just because of the way you said it.
She totally would.
My sister.
She's like, is that General Hospital?
She doesn't watch that stuff. Know, she just thinks you have a hot voice.
Oh. Hi, Mandy. I hear you've betrayed me and found love elsewhere. What are you wearing?
well endowed. I have a well endowment.
$500,000. That's great.
That's super dope. Yes, I think we kind of agree, even though we just argued for no reason, because we agree that, like, go talk to the prescribing doctor.
Right.
And then...
Yeah, no, I agree.
Then,
I was just trying to say, and I'm sorry if I didn't communicate this right away, like, who says that therapy isn't the way to go? But I agree with you saying, like, if you notice that it's the medication, first. Like...
Well, yeah.
I thought you were saying, like, no, like, don't fucking go to, like, a psychologist. Like, fuck that.
How would I ever say that?
I don't know, but that's why it was hard.
To therapy.
It's true.
Like, once a week.
Every other week for me.
Well, I ain't there yet. Thanks. I'm just kidding.
Well, I just don't want to keep spending money. Yes, I have my mental health, but I also have my lifestyle. So.
Well, I mean, you are on your meds. I still haven't.
I am on my meds, yes. But that took years. Like,
yeah.
That took over a decade of trying medications. And you're still kind of new to medication, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of trials,
it's
but
so
more
much
errors.
Trial and error. I did Prozac. I did amitriptyline, which coincidentally now I take for migraines.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Soup's interesting.
And some other things. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Prozac, amitriptyline, buspirone. Wellbutrin is what I'm on now, and it's a maintenance, and it's great. Mm-hmm. It's so great. Mm-hmm. For me, it wasn't so successful.
I loved it, except it made me the Hulk. I woke up and like wanted to.
Were you taking like the 2 doses a day or just the one?
No, just one in the morning.
Wow. 150?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's what I take. I take it in the morning. They're recommending I take it in the evening, but I'm a stubborn bitch that doesn't remember to take medication. So
fair.
If it's not in the morning when I wake up with everything else, then forget it.
Right.
These are good, Biff.
Yep. It's the first time I think that we've, I know this is only our third podcast,
right?
Technically, but for
us, it's like our 10th or something.
Right. That's why I was saying, I feel like this is the first time that we haven't fully agreed with the columnist.
Yeah, the columnist.
Yes.
Yes, please get your columnisting bag.
Ew. Kiki, do you love me?
Kiki, we actually like that you sign off with XO, Kiki.
Well, it's XOXO.
XOXO, Gossip Girl. Kristen Bell's in business.
Hey.
Bitches. No, I actually like this one because the ones that we read don't bring up sex and relationships like this.
Oh yeah, I like the column.
I like the column.
I thought it was interesting that there were both questions that we did do.
We weren't 100% in agreement.
Yeah.
No, the column's great.
Oh, definitely. We're still going to continue to.
Absolutely. We're making a running list and you're on it. So.
Oh yeah. No, we already have questions from your columns that we're going to use in the future. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting that we, it's the first time that we're like, debatable.
Right.
I just found it interesting.
I mean, that's what it's about too. It's those different perspectives.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, those were great. Do we have anything else?
Did you have therapy recently?
I had therapy Monday, but I talked about it in our last podcast because we're an episode ahead in our recording because we're smart and want to get ahead. Mm. But we didn't talk about last time in our last recording. Okay, so I guess it could be open. I talked to you about it though, and all I could do was talk about how I look forward to this, the podcasting.
Yes.
And agreed. How much you mean to me, and thank you for helping give me value, to myself and to. I love you.
Soup's an important friendship.
So important.
Also the longest running.
Amen to that.
For us.
Right. And I'm just grateful across the board. Like, this brings me joy. This gives me something to look forward to. And that motivation, that simple act of coming here and setting up microphones on boom mics and
Just knowing,
bar stool, high top
knowing
tables in your
Sunday's our
bedroom.
day.
Right.
Gonna see our best
Like,
friend.
here we go. And no matter where we are, we're here. So
Yeah.
So that's,
I mean,
that was mine. Did you have therapy this week?
I did, but mine kind of stayed on a personal matter that I'm just not going to get into.
Yeah.
But I do have for my next session with Lucy, got some juice.
Yes, you do. That's some steak right there. That's a thick, juicy, meaty steak.
Yeah, it kind of a little bit goes into with on the first podcast I had mentioned about just that like personal attachment type of thing that I,
Right.
I'm outgrowing. However, it's still
Ever evolving.
and it's not even anything to do with like the personal attachment no more. It's now a matter of like, how do I have to deal with this situation that like I can't just cut off. I can't, like I can't ghost this person. I can't cold turkey him.
Right. You can't. That's so great.
Cold
Yeah, you
turkey
can't
him.
cold turkey them. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Go cold turkey, guys.
Yeah, cold turkey him.
Yeah.
All the way.
That's good though.
Yeah, but
That's
I also
something
do
to-
agree with you that this has been very
fulfilling.
just something
in
to
a
look
way.
forward to. And also it's nice to like, I feel like you and I there's times that like we'll not see each other for
Right.
like
We'll
a
text,
long time.
But we'll like,
Right.
Yeah. And this is just kind of like
I know that
preserve
I'm
that fucking relationship, you dick. Like, dick.
You gonna take this dick
Take it hard.
every Sunday. Except for this Sunday because I have evil ovaries.
Oh, you have evil ovaries. Yes, you do. I ain't stalked you before, girl.
My dad might be listening.
Oh my God, we already talked about you having a kid.
Uh,
No.
Yeah, that's different than. Hey, Dad.
You're right. You're totally right. Hold on.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. Fuck that. I'm not removing anything.
Yeah. It's not like he's going to be shocked by anything that
That's right.
we say.
And later on, when you become a serial killer, he's going to be like, oh, I should have recognized the signs.
When you become the serial killer.
I'm totally going to.
And I'm the one like trying to help you cover it. Dad, do you have a shovel? Or like that stuff they spray lime? Do you have lime? Also, how deep are graves on the average?
Oh my
Can
God.
dogs smell past 6 feet?
No, that's why they're 6 feet. That's great. Don't murder, please. And also, lime is a fruit. That's all I got. That's it.
I love it.
I don't have any more.
I'll go with it.
Oh, guys, this has been a great one.
Yes, always, as always.
Oh, we've been entertained.
Enjoyed
You've entertained. It's been
Thanks
fantastic.
for being here. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening always. And cheers, Biff.
Cheers.
Cheers. And be a good Biff.
You have been ill-advised.